Bloodmoon Ursaluna is actually pretty OP. In today's video we will break down the deck, cover basic strategy, look at meta matchups and the deck list. Alright, so first is Bloodmoon Ursaluna. Let's take a look at the details. It's a basic fighting Pokémon with 150 HP and 40 tweet cost. It has the Battle Hardened ability that says that when you play it from your hand onto the bench, you can put 2 fighting energy cards onto it. And then it has the Mad Bite attack, which does 100 damage and does 30 more damage for each damage counter on your opponent's active Pokémon. This is going to be the main attacker for the deck. But what will be its partner? The answer is Monkey Dory. We will be using it for the ability that says that when it has a dark energy attached, you can move 3 damage counters from one of your Pokémon to one of your opponent's Pokémon. Now this is pretty cool, right? But how will we even get the damage counters into play? The answer is probably the most random card we have ever seen, which is Calamitous Snowy Mountain. So now you might be thinking, what the is this card? I have never seen it in my life. Believe me neither, but basically what it does, it says that whenever you attach an energy card from your hand to your non-water Pokémon that is a basic, you place 2 damage counters on that Pokémon. This basically means that powering up one Bloodmoon Ursaluna guarantees you 60 damage that you can work with. So I think that you already understand. The game plan is to bench the Bloodmoon Ursaluna and power it up, make it 60 damage and then move the damage off with the Monkey Dories. This deck also needs a draw engine, since you need a lot of things to pull it off. Arguably the best combo is Solrock and Lunatone. You can use Lunatone to discard the energy and draw 3 cards, and also use Solrock to put 70 damage on the board or bypass walls like Cornerstone on Gapon. Finally, for support, I added Latias so you can thoroughly treat all of your Pokémon. Now if you do the math, if they have 60 on themselves you deal 280 damage, which in total is 340 damage, which you can do to knock out almost anything in the format. On to the supporters now. We're going to need a lot of draw to pull things off, so we're going to add Lotus Determination and Professor's Research. We play 4 of each. Next is Lana's Aid for the recovery. We play only 1 as we play tons of recovery items, more on those later. Next we got Boss, that is of course so gusting stuff up that we want to knock out. Finally we got Crispin, sometimes we just need that extra energy attachment per turn. Let's go through the items. For Pokémon Search we have Nest Ball and the brand new Poképad. We can use Nest Ball to find any of our basics except the bear, and Poképad to find any of our Pokémon except Latias. Next is Fighting Gong. This card is super strong because it lets us grab one of our fighting basics or a basic fighting energy card, so it's never useless. Then we have Earthen Vessel, which you use to search out energies, especially the dark ones. Now, because we discard energies with Lunar Cycle and also Bloodmoon Ursaluna needs 3 energy to attack, we need tons of recovery. That includes Energy Retrieval and Superior Energy Retrieval, Night Stretcher, and also our Ace Path of Choice, which is Max Rod. With such a big amount of recovery, we don't even mind discarding the energy with Lunar Cycle. Next is Counter Catcher. This is basically a boss's orders in an item, but we can use it only if we are losing, which can sometimes happen, so it's nice to have. Finally we have Team Rocket's Venture Bomb. In case you don't know, it does this. It says that you flip a coin, and if it's heads, you place 2 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokémon, and if it's tails, you place 2 damage counters on your active Pokémon. This is useful to take down tanky opponents, or also to get spread damage on the board without the stadium. As if you do the math, you can deal a total of 420 damage in total with the bomb, which is able to knock out literally anything in the format. Okay, that is every card explained. Now let's take a look at the basic strategy. So now I'm going to give you a question. Do you want to go first or second with this deck? In my opinion, you should be going second, so you can use your supporter, especially the draw ones, and get to see more cards. You can also dunk people with Solrock, which is pretty hilarious. Now let's talk about the ideal board state. You basically want to achieve this board state as soon as possible. 2 Monkey Dories with dark energies attached, Solrock and Lunatone for the draw, and Latias for the movement. And then of course 1 Bloodmoon Ursaluna for the attacks. You want to start the game ideally with Solrock, but it can be anything else except the Bloodmoon Ursaluna. As if you start with Bloodmoon Ursaluna, its ability doesn't trigger and it's kinda just stuck there until you charge it up or it gets KO'd. Very important with this deck is manage your resources well. Don't throw away all of your resources or else you will lose. Remember, you always need 3 energy and a basic for attacking to get the bear, but sometimes getting the 3 energy can be an issue. Just believe me, Make sure you always have resources. In the early game, you want to charge up the monkey doors as soon as you can so you can start moving damage. Prioritize that instead of going aggressive and attacking with the bear when you can't knock out anything. In the late game, try to find max rot if possible, even at the risk of losing a big hand. Believe me, the max rot can sometimes win you games. This is probably everything as the strategy is quite simple, so now let's look onto meta matchups. Alright, so first let's cover Dragapult. This is a pretty good matchup, as their attack has to place damage counters on your bench, so you can just move them off with the Monkey Dories and attack. Try to prioritize knocking out their Duskulls, so they cannot use Dusknors on your Monkey Dories. It's pretty hard to play against Bidoof with this deck, so make sure you go second and set up as soon as possible. Try to attack with Zorak in the early game and knock out some of their small basics. The Dusknors are a real big problem here, so make sure that they don't set up any, or at least if they do, try to keep a Crispin in your hand so then you can recover the Monkey Dory and charge it up again. Remember, if they don't play Sparkling Crystal or Neo Upper Energy, they might be playing Unfresh Stamp, so don't waste your draw supporters. If you do everything correctly, with a bit of luck you can absolutely destroy them. Next is one of my most favorite meta decks, which is Mega Absol. This is basically a free matchup. You just put the damage into play, move it, and then just knock out them. Mega Kangaskhan is also weak to fighting, which is a big advantage for you. However, even though it has a weakness, try to prioritize knockouting the Mega Absol. Call of Darkness could be pretty deadly to your resources, which, as we already know, could lead you to lose the game. The only big issue is if they play Cornerstone Ogre Pawn. In that scenario, it's very difficult to win, as you basically need to attack with Sorok and move the damage with Monkey Dories. The only thing you can do is boss up their Megas if they have them in play. Against Absol, it basically depends if they play Cornerstone Ogre Pawn. If they do, you probably lose, if they don't, you probably win. Finally, let's look at something like Mega Lucario. This is not a bad matchup as 60 damage means that you knock out them, and you can use Sorok plus Monkey Dory to move the damage onto Ursaluna and knock it out too. Try not to waste your stadiums in this matchup, as some Lucarios run Battle Cage, which could ruin your Monkey Dory strategy. I think that is enough. I will be also releasing a post-rotation guide soon. Anyway, enough of theory, here's the deck list. I will also be putting a link to the description later so you can access it by yourself. Feel free to take a screenshot now. I also realized that the rotation is coming very soon, so I will also make a post-rotation list. So stay tuned for a post-rotation guide on my channel. Alright, now it's time for you to help me. If there is anything that you want to improve about this video, please make sure to let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, please consider to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I think that's it for today's video. See you guys later.